We're headed to get comfortable with Elder, which happens to live out here in my backyard in one of the pots over there in the side yard. Can you see it from here? Take a moment and note everything that you see and hear, for this is the larger ecosystem of this elder. In a moment, we're going to walk closer, and as we do, I want you to take note of any insects, animals, or anything else you see or hear. When standing here, we can see a closer view of Elder. Today, it's a summer day. It's early morning. Well, it's not really early. I guess it's about 11, so it's bright and starting to warm up quite well. Listen for a moment. What do you see? What do you hear? Are there other herbs touching the elder? Or other plants? Either its roots or its leaves? What kind of light might it get here? How might the water flow through here when it rains or when it gets watered? Is it protected from the winds? Can you tell if there's been any insects or animals near here? Let's move in a little closer and see if we can just get her, even though she's getting quite big. Okay, you can mostly just see her now. Her and her cohort back there. Now you can see both elders. One here in the ground and the one back there in the pot are both elder. Really look at the whole plant and notice everything you can about it. I'll try to walk around a little bit so that you can get a better look at her. Now let's zoom in and look at the stem or bark of the elder. Take a look at the bark or stems of the elder. Oh, anything that you can. Is it smooth? Is it round? Is it flexible? Let's zoom in a little bit more and see if we can get that to focus for you. Is there any ridges? Any kind of scarring? Anything that makes this unique? How do you think this bark might feel? It feels like kind of like tree bark, honestly, down here, at least for the older growth. The newer growth, which, let's see if I can show you the newer growth. And here's some of the newer growth. Now let's zoom out and look at the leaf arrangement of the elder. How are the leaves arranged on here? Do they alternate? Is there just one leaf per stem? Multiple leaves per stem? Leaves just at the top of the tree, bottom of the tree, all throughout the tree? How do they connect? Are they opposite each other? All just on one side? How might these leaves feel? They're soft. A little bit fuzzy. Now let's zoom in on just one leaf. Let's look at the edges of these leaves. What do the edges of these leaves look like? Are they smooth? They're jagged? What about the veins of the leaf? Are they deep? Shallow? What color is the leaf? What's the overall shape of the leaf? Let's see if it'll let me zoom in a little more for you. Get a good look at those edges. And those veins. I'll zoom out a little bit and flip it over for you. Note everything you can about the leaf of the elderberry. To move out and look at the flower arrangement. How are the flowers arranged on the stem? Is it just one flower per stem? A lot of flowers? Make up one? Make it look like one? Take note of everything you can about how the flowers are arranged on this elder. These flowers happen to be headed into berrying, which we'll talk about in just a few minutes. Okay, now we're going to come up here. We're going to come up to this one, I think, and we're going to zoom in. Actually, let's come over here. I'm going to zoom into just this flower and take a look at it. Now let's take a look at just this one flower. Well, actually, to take a look at just one flower, we'd have to zoom in quite a bit. Take note of the stamens, the petals, number of petals, how they grow. Do they grow in clumps? Is it just one flower here? What do you see here in the flower of the elder? Let's zoom back out a little bit for you. The wind's playing with us a little bit. She's like, here, look at me some more. Let's see if I can hold her still. How do you think these flowers might feel? They're actually quite light and heavenly. Very soft. How do you think they might smell? They actually have a really nice light fragrance. What color are these flowers? Let's get in there so that you can see. Those are the ones that haven't quite opened yet. Now, since this plant happens to be in a spot where she's about to berry, let me see if I can find one where we're starting to form berries, and we'll look at it. Here we have an elderflower that's actually in the process of berrying too. So what happens is we start with these lovely flowers, and after the flowers fade, it starts this berry process. And in the next month or two, a moment, you guys will actually get to see her lovely berries if the birds don't get to them before I do. So take a look at how those berries form on that branch, on that stem. Note anything that you can about the flowers and how the berries form on the elder. Now we're going to zoom out and just take a moment. I want you to just pick any place on this elder to concentrate all of your effort on. And stop and seriously think about what you can do for elder and what elder can do for you. Just let your mind drift with this plant for a few minutes. If you feel like closing your eyes, go for it. If you closed your eyes, open them now and bring yourself back to your surroundings. Okay, now we're going to zoom completely out. And we're going to do a draw from memory. Now we're going to draw this from memory, either in your mind's eye or on paper. Draw everything you can remember about the elder, from the ground all the way up, making sure that you know all the different things you saw on the stem and the bark, up to how they form off into the leaves, and each detail about the leaves that you saw, how they were formed, how the edges were, how the veins went, how they're shaped, how they're connected to the elder, up to the flower of the elder. How does it connect? Is it just one flower? Is it a bunch of little flowers? Since this one happens to be headed to berrying, how do the berries form next? Take a few more moments to complete your drawing. If you need more time, pause the video now. Okay, let's look back at the elder. Note anything that you missed in your drawing, whether it was in your mind's eye or on paper. Feel free to rewind this as many times as you need until you feel comfortable with elder. And that concludes our Get Comfortable with Elder. I highly recommend you doing this with the plants in your yard. Until next time, take care, and I hope to see you soon.